Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Trish. I am filming from my car right now because I told myself that I would definitely get my first video up today, and my house has been chaos and I had to go run errands, so this is my aesthetic backdrop for you all. If you followed me over from Instagram, thank you. I have been telling myself that I am gonna start this channel since I think 2010, which is now about to be 14 years. So I decided now's as good a time as any. I'm probably going to be pretty candid on all of this because otherwise what's the point? So if things are a little chaotic, I'm sorry, that's just kind of who I am. Anyway, my name is Trish and I am an esthetician and I am also a makeup panner. I love makeup, I love colorful things. So my channel is going to be a lot about just makeup panning, skincare tips, simplifying things, and really whatever else comes to mind at the point. So I figured I would start this by going over my low buy information, which I did already start about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago at this point, just as a personal goal. And I thought about restarting it just so I could start from square one for this video, and then I just decided screw it. So I am actually in the negative right now and I'm working myself back up. But I'll give you the details on my low buy soon. First, I want to start by talking about my no buy that I attempted last year, which failed epically. So basically, last year when I decided I was going to do a makeup no buy because I felt like I was just sort of spiraling out of control in terms of purchasing items, and I had been for a long time. It had been something that had been going on where I'd be okay for a little while and then I'd just start buying things again. And part of the issue with that is just the fact that I was making more money than I really had been previously. So in my head, I was like, oh, I've got all this disposable income. And I never actually took into account what the economy looked like. And I was constantly putting stuff on my credit card and not having enough money to pay it off. But in my head, I was like, oh, I have all this disposable income. No, I didn't. So last year I decided, okay, I'm gonna go on a no buy for an entire year. I actually did okay at first, but there was a couple of problems with that. One, at the time, I had no idea. Well, I did have an idea. I've always suspected that I have ADD, but I didn't actually know up until recently that I have ADD. And the reason that's important is it made a really, really big impact on my ability to 100% cold turkey something. Because what would happen when I wanted to buy something, I'd see something, I'd like it, whether it was makeup or jewelry or whatever that I wanted to buy, I would literally forget that I was doing a no buy. Like the urge would take over my brain and I'd just be like, okay, I'm gonna buy this thing. And then I'd buy it. And it wasn't until after the fact that I'd be like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be doing no buy right now. Like, how did I forget about that? So that was happening to me constantly. Another thing was I get so hyper focused on the items that I want that I'll see something that I want, and even if I can resist the urge in the moment to buy it and I pass on it and I go about my day, I don't forget about it. It's like this nagging in the back of my mind, of just like, buy the thing, buy the thing, buy the thing, buy the thing, buy the thing. Like I'll be talking to somebody and I'll just be thinking in the back of my mind about that item that I want to buy. And it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but like when I see something that I like, that's what was happening. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? So going through that was actually one of the reasons I decided to start looking into maybe I have ADD, blah, blah, blah. And those issues kind of made me realize after doing like research and stuff, like, hey, I probably do have this. I should probably get this checked out. So I was talking to my mom about it and I'm like, you know, Mom, I really think like I might actually have ADD too, because my older brother has it really severely to the point that it was like incredibly challenging for him to really do anything. He got kicked out of kindergarten like all the time. He was like never in class. His teachers were like giving up on him like all throughout his school career. And I'm like, I know it's not like that, but I think I might have it too. And she's like, oh no, you do. You were diagnosed with it as a kid. We just didn't think it was important because it wasn't as bad as your brother. And I just was like, what? Like, did you tell me this and I just forgot? Like, what? And she's like, no, we thought it wasn't going to affect you, so we just never mentioned it. So anyway, I have ADD, and this is good information for me when going on like any kind of habit journey of any kind, really. And ever since finding that out, things have actually been a lot easier because I realized that I was trying to approach things as if like I had a normal brain. And I've always known I don't have a normal brain. Like, I have depression, I have a lot of trauma. I might dump some of that trauma on this channel. If I do, I apologize. But like I said, this is just gonna be my thing, where I just do my thing, and if people like it, then that's great. But yeah, so after I found that out, I realized why it failed so badly is, I can't really approach things in the way that a normal thinking person would be able to approach it, and therefore just going straight cold turkey isn't really going to help. And if anything, it actually made the urges worse. Like, I literally could not focus on anything if there was something that I wanted to purchase. And after I ended up spending way too much money on items that were allowed during that year, and the end of the year came and I still had no savings, and I'm like, what have I been doing? I realized it just wasn't working. So I actually stopped with that several months ago, and I just said, screw it, I'm just gonna kind of do what comes naturally to me and try to save money, which was okay for a while, but I really do want to get everything down, because even though I don't have nearly as much makeup as like a regular YouTuber, or even a lot of the project panners that I've seen on YouTube who are a little bit like low-key in the makeup community, it's not like they're getting like hundreds of PR items every month. I still don't have that much, but I have more than I want. I have to look at the numbers, but I think I have 14 different palettes of like eyeshadow, and what am I gonna do with that? Like, I'm not gonna be able to use all of that up before it expires, probably. I've got a good, I think, 30 or so lip products. So not like a ridiculous amount. I think I have like 4 blushes, maybe 5. I don't know. I have to check my numbers, but it's more than I feel like I need. And now, coming to terms with the fact that I do have ADD, it makes me realize, like, hey, it would kind of make more sense for you to simplify things and streamline things so you're not constantly getting like overwhelmed and distracted and squirreling by things. Actually, I found out why recently, by breaking my low buy, why that's important. So part of the reason I'm in a negative balance right now with my low buy bank is the fact that I purchased a palette that I really didn't need to purchase, and I kind of regret doing it. And it's not because I don't like it. It's the Smoke Sessions palette by Melt. I love the colors. I think it's really pretty. I didn't even spend any actual money on it. I bought it with rewards, but it was still against the rules of my low buy. I didn't have points in my bank to purchase it, and the way I'm doing it is I'm doing a 2 out, 1 in kind of point system, where it takes me 4 points. Like, I need to have 4 points in my bank to purchase something. Finishing a full-size product is 2 points, and finishing like a mini product is 1 point. So when it comes to palettes, I'm considering every pan in a palette as an item, and that was an 8-pan palette. So I ended up rocking my low buy with like 32 points with that palette, and I got it, and I was all excited. And then I was looking at the colors, and I'm like, wait a second. And then I started looking in, and I don't know why I didn't do this before, because I've been trying to get in the habit of like comparing colors of items that I want with what I already have. I looked at all the other items that I had, and I realized the ColourPop, what is it called? Just My Luck? Yeah, Just My Luck palette like a lot of those colors are almost exactly the same as the Smoke Sessions palette, and the couple of items that weren't in that palette that I didn't already have, I basically have in other palettes. So that was kind of a dumb decision to purchase that. So right now I have to look up the numbers. Let me go look up the numbers real quick. Okay, so I lied to you guys already. I'm gonna restart my low buy as of tomorrow, as of January 1st, 2024. And the reason being is not only is my makeup bank at negative 32.5 because of that whole palette issue, but a lot of the numbers that I have are actually off. Like, I was supposed to be doing negative 4 points for anything that I purchased, and I noticed that like a couple of body butters or scrubs that I purchased, I only put in for 2 points. And now I have to go back through and like check everything to see if my numbers are even correct right now. Because right now I have a skincare bank of 0, a body care bank of 8, and a makeup bank of 32.5, or negative 32.5. And I don't think that's correct. The makeup bank is correct, I know that, because I bought that palette, and then I also used my rewards for a Fenty highlighter. So I didn't actually purchase anything, but I'm still counting it. But even so, I don't think these numbers are right. So I'm actually going to start over. I'm going to have it on record that I started a low buy longer ago than I thought. It was September 7th. And I'm in the negative 32.5 points, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start over as of tomorrow. So I'm gonna lay out the rules for you. So my rules for my low buy is I'm gonna start out with 0 points for, and if I'm rambling and talking way too fast, I'm sorry, that's just kind of how I talk when I get on tangents like this. But my low buy is going to be starting from 0 points for makeup, skincare, and body care. And body care is going to encompass a lot of things. I'm not including hair care in this just because hair care isn't something that I typically tend to spend too much on. But body care is going to involve pretty much any body wash, any lotion, any body scrub. I'm even including deodorant in that. Basically just because I never can just buy one deodorant when I need a deodorant. I always need different deodorants in different scents to like match with whatever perfume I'm wearing at the time. And because of that, I often tend to end up with too many deodorants. Like, I don't need 6 deodorants at a time. That's just silly. But it happens. So I'm including deodorant in my body care. Deodorant, I don't know what else. Perfume will be considered a body care item. Skincare is pretty much any skincare type product that goes on my face or my lips, like lip balms and lip oils. If they're not more of a cosmetic lip oil, I'm gonna include that in skincare. And makeup is obviously like color cosmetics and like primers, things like that. Pretty much anything that's just considered cosmetic only. Things that are not going to be counted in my low buy is if I get a gift from somebody. Like, if somebody gives me a gift, I'm not going to count that against my low buy. That's just a freebie. And also if I get gratis. So I'm an esthetician and I work at a spa, and we tend to get gratis every quarter. We work with a bunch of different skincare brands, and the estheticians that tend to work the most with certain brands, they'll usually send you free products at the end of every quarter, partially as a thank you, and also partially just as like a here, try these products, get really comfortable with using them so you know how they work and what the results are, how to use them, pretty much all of that. So you're a lot more intimate with being able to describe them to your clients. So I tend to get a lot of that. I have a lot of skincare items that just come in a couple of different times a year for free. And if I counted that against my low buy, I would be in the negative literally constantly. And it is important to my work to be able to have a lot of different products to try out and use so I can describe them to my clients. So that's not going to be counted. But pretty much everything else is. Things that I purchase from my own pocket, like things that I actually buy with my own money, are going to be counted. And if I get a gift card as a gift and I choose to use that gift card on something within that low buy, like makeup, skincare, body care, anything like that, then I am, even though it's technically a gift, I am going to count that against my low buy. Same thing for credit card rewards. So if I get rewards back on my credit card, if I get rewards back through like Ulta or Sephora, if I use those rewards on something, that's going to count towards my low buy balance. And the way that I'm doing the numbers is the same way that I was doing it before. So pretty much every purchase of a full-size item, regardless of what category it's in, is going to be 4 points. I'm writing it down. Any item that is used up to completion, that's going to be 2 points. So basically I get 2 points back. And once I use 2 items to completion, that will allow me the room to purchase another item. Like mini sizes, like travel sizes in that, I'm only gonna count that as 1 point. And if I buy a mini size, then that's gonna be 2 points. Same thing for declutters. If I choose to declutter an item and I haven't used it completely, that's only gonna count for 1 point added back into my low buy balance. And that's really just because I don't want to fall in the trap of like, oh, I want to buy stuff, so why don't I just throw out all this makeup that I have that's still perfectly good. It's basically incentivizing me to actually use up my products completely. The only thing I'm not sure if I'll be able to manage doing that with is eyeshadow palettes, just because I've never really panned eyeshadow palettes. I tend to bounce around a little bit too much, but I did just completely refresh my collection a year ago, which even though it's been a year, eyeshadow palettes tend to last a couple of years, and every single eyeshadow palette that I have right now is 1 year old or less. So I might be able to use one up completely. We'll see. I'm gonna try. But everything else, I should be able to use it before just tossing it, and I want to make sure that I am holding myself accountable for that. So yeah, that's my low buy rules. I'm gonna be posting my inventory soon as well, and hopefully I won't be filming from my car, but I wanted to make sure that I actually get this up, because if I don't do that, it's gonna be like January 21st or something, and I'm like, shit, I never posted my videos. So anyway, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. And I will update my low buy monthly. I'm also going to be doing a couple of different project pans this year. Pantastic Ladies are doing a couple that I was really interested. The unicorn project pan is one of them, because I love unicorns. I love like pastel and sparkly and all of that kind of stuff. So that was right up my alley. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing a couple of other project pans, and I will update this channel every time I start, and I will update monthly. So I'm probably not going to be doing like videos every week or something like that, because I just know that's not realistic. But every project that I'm working on, including my low buy, I'm going to be updating at least monthly. So hopefully I can get at least a video up a week, but we'll kind of see what happens. But anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, and Happy New Year. All right, bye.